Again, you'll know.
Yeah.
Did any of you, either as a child or whenever, have any experience with Lego bricks, that Lego universe? And if not, what is your experience with it now?
Well, you were abused with Lego bricks at a...
My dad would stuff them in my mouth and say, "Eat these."
Mm-hmm. It's a terrible start.
They scratch up the roof of your mouth.
Yeah,
it's
it's worse
really
than Fruit
bad.
Loops. Or mueslicks in my... I didn't have a lot of Lego experience as a child, but now my experience with Lego is, well, I'm in a Lego movie.
Right.
Yeah.
So much better than just being a kid playing with them.
Is it?
It's cooler.
I feel like my family was really cool playing with Legos when we were little, and we still play with them as adults. I think that's
Is that right?
That's cool, right?
Great.
Wow.
You're
My
the
brother
perfect
has like a
person for this.
D&D campaign that he does on Instagram with all different Lego characters and
Yeah?
stuff. He was very excited that my
Wait,
character's face
D&D
is
as in
brown.
Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah.
There's a Dungeons and Dragons Lego crossover?
My brother's been managing it.
Wow.
He's been the art. He does the whole
That's
thing.
a deep
There's
cut.
like in
It's really,
everything
really
Lego
good.
crossover.
Oh,
Lego
yeah.
crossed over with like everything.
With everything.
With everything.
Yeah.
Everything you love.
Be like
there's
Lego
a Lego
Twister.
version of it.
Yeah.
Michael?
It's awesome.
Lego?
With Lego, not as much. No, I
No,
was
okay.
more like playing Nintendo and just getting my brain fried when I was like 3 years old, and then I don't remember too much about my youth.
All right. All right. What was the one thing, if you had to narrow it to one thing that drew you to this movie, drew you to this project?
Batman.
Well, it seemed like a lucrative opportunity. No, I got an email from Will Arnett, and I knew I was a fan of the first Lego movie. I really loved it. And I didn't really know anything about it. I went and saw it in my neighborhood full of kids, and had such a great time. It was so much more than I expected, or I didn't know what to expect. And then Will said, "Would you like to be in this one?" It was a very easy yes for me.
Oh, nice.
I thought they asked me to be in the Eggo movie, an egg with waffles.
I love those.
Yeah.
You have your email auto-corrected.
No, it's Lego My Ego.
A crossover.
That's right. Great. Lego.
Oh.
I've got Legos in my
that,
Eggo.
I can't believe people marketing haven't thought of that yet. Well, it's half plastic, half waffles.
Come on, the waffle. If you made a Lego waffle shape,
No, but you
come
can eat it,
on,
it's
how
fine.
good would it
It'd
be?
be delicious.
Now, in recording voices for an animated feature, you're usually stuck by yourself in a booth, and maybe you're interacting with the director, Chris McKay, and that's pretty much it. Did any of you have the chance to work with another cast member while recording your performance?
Just once.
You did?
I did
Yeah.
work with Will once. Which was really good, actually. Apparently, it really informed some of the stuff, because our dynamic was really good. I was just adoring him the entire time, because
that's
that
nice.
Batman voice. I guess that really
I would have
helped.
loved that. I never got to do that.
No,
Anyway,
always
They,
by
they
yourself.
kept me away from everyone. Yeah.
I tried. I asked about you. I asked about you, and it was just
Wait,
weird.
How didn't that work out?
I don't know. They kind of like, I don't know. I think it was a Chris thing. I think he was just like loves having that one-on-one.
I was
time to talk
free.
about
I mean, I was free the whole time.
Same
Whenever
here.
you were recording, they could have called me.
Zach, you worked with Will, I think, once, didn't you? And,
I
They
did.
wanted this
Yeah.
magic. That's what they wanted. They wanted
Oh,
to
now I
save
see
it.
why. Now I
They
see
wanted
why.
to save it for
Would have been
now.
complaining the whole time about why it hadn't happened sooner.
I worked with Will for one day, and then he cut it off after that.
Yeah.
You put
Maybe
it
that's
on.
what happened.
But I mean, if you meet Will, you kind of know Will right away. I've known Will for a long time, so I think having known him in a weird way, even not being in the booth with him, I kind of
Right.
imagined how he was gonna play off this stuff a little bit. But being in the booth or be recording together, I don't know why it's not done more often. It seems like it would be easier.
Well, I think because this movie has such a... Like, the tone of it is so much in the musicality of it, like the rhythm of it. So I think even if we would work together, it would be so heavily edited. It wouldn't be like they would just leave a take of us, kind of fooling around together.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they thought, let's just keep them isolated. It'll be easier for us.
I don't know. It's kind of cool to think. Did you ever read scripts or anything beforehand? Because
Not at
I was
all.
just the whole movie was cold. It was just
Yeah.
show up. Here's the script.
Right.
And do the lines.
I
So
thought it was
Go get
part of
it.
a prank.
It was so interesting that way. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
how do you? Okay, I'll just try it out in a couple of different
Right.
ways and play with it. So I think that also
Yeah.
gave them to be able to Frankenstein it as much as possible,
Right.
rather than like that we were doing too much stuff together.
Yeah.
They were able to just have so much to play with. So it was really weird watching the movie on Saturday and just going,
Yeah.
Oh, I never did
Yeah.
that scene once,
Right.
but they somehow put it together.
I don't remember half of the stuff.
It's
I don't
so
remember ever
cool.
saying that.
I was sitting there like this at the mirror, like, oh my
Yeah.
god, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, it's fun. You saw the film on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
For the first time, or with an audience, certainly.
It was
I
the
would
first
think.
movie I've ever even seen.
Was there anything, can you specify a moment that surprised you the most? I mean, look at you recorded the voice, it stretched over a period of months, I'm sure, but was there moments that just came out of the blue and just really knocked you out?
Well, I think you're in the booth, just your voice, and that's all you hear is just you're saying it kind of obviously alone, and then you watch the movie and there's all this decoration around your voice. There's echoes and loudness, and I think, you know, you're working on it, you're screaming at the top of your lungs, it's just kind of isolated, and then you see all the layers on top and how they build it and all the voice work. That to me is kind of fun to watch it because you just do see it in the rawest form, obviously, when you're working, and to see the really big produced version of it is fun because in my mind, I'm like, they're never gonna make this into a thing. I just drove in and said 2 sentences and then I leave.
Yeah, that's not
and
a
then
movie.
it's a big movie.
Yeah.
Especially when it was like down to the countdown, because I've done animated voiceover stuff before, but it's like 5 years normally. This was like half that time, and they're like, "No, it's coming out in 2 months." I'm like,
Right.
"I'm still recording."
Really? Yeah.
How's that possible?
You have to record tomorrow.
No, I think it was what was so amazing to me was just watching whole scenes that I hadn't even seen before, or just where the storyline was. Because except for the stuff that I read that was cold for my character, I didn't see any of the other stuff that your characters were doing. So it was so brand new, which was really nice to show up.
Yeah, and I didn't even understand what some of the scenes were about that I was doing. You watch it in the movie, you're like, oh, we're in jail now. So I was okay when I said that it was because we're in a prison cell, right? That makes sense.
But do you see drawings, renderings of some of the environments and the characters,
Not
whatever?
really.
Not as
No?
much as you think you would, but I mean, I think you see some
A little.
sketches here and there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of helps give you a sense of the tone of the movie you're making, like the pace of it and just what the humor is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Favorite DC Universe character, not including the one you just played for the Lego Batman movie.
What are some of the options there?
Sangana.
And are you talking about Washington, D.C.? Because,
I mean,
like-
it's so broad. Why don't we hone it to like 5 options?
yeah, who are...
Well, in the movie, I
I mean, obviously, you know, DC characters.
Of
like-
course. No,
Catwoman
Stretch.
was really good.
I love Stretch.
Zoe Kravitz was Catwoman in this, though, so I wouldn't want to like be too crazy on that.
DC character.
Oh,
DC
see,
character.
I have to say I'm a Joker, big Joker fan, and I would say Red Hood Joker, like origin story.
Oh, you're giving
of
an answer.
Joker.
You're
That's
giving a
a
real
real answer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
sorry.
Michael, you must have something right off the top of your head.
I love Uncle Fester. I'm just going all the way.
I think that's Adam's Family. But okay.
And, yeah, same here.
Right.
Going with Fester.
Just as bad of an
I
answer.
mean,
right.
I didn't think about it, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's the guy.
He's kind of the guy.
Look, I'm a grown man. I don't know who that stuff is.
But Zach, I did read that you are a fan of Jack Nicholson's.
Yeah.
Did
Well,
that-
I think the cartoonish version of, because Batman got so serious, and I think Tim Burton's fun version of that is what you know, with a movie like this is more similar. The randomness in which Jack Nicholson played that character, I think, is just, you know, the non sequiturs he says in that movie is so funny. And then Prince actually ended up using a lot of those non sequiturs on the soundtrack, and it's
Incredible.
just really, that's a great album.
It's a great album.
Great.
Seriously.
You don't know that Prince does the
I
whole
don't. So,
soundtrack.
yeah.
For that.
It's all Jack Nicholson all over it.
Trust.
Yeah.
Cannot imagine.
Yeah. He puts Jack
so
Nicholson
good.
in a lot of the songs.
Like samples him. Actually,
yeah.
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Wow. That's great.
All right,
Gotta
guys.
hear that.
Thanks
Vicky
very
Dale.
much.